Hi Taurus, welcome to the full moon in Leo reading for January 25th, 26th of 2024. We're starting off, remember full moons close out cycles, and you're closing out a cycle of for an event and conflict. So there may have been or could be an event that's closing out a situation for you. 4 is in numerology sort of the number of death, and that means transformation. So something could be transforming in your life, or something has just come to a completion, and that's it. Now it's an event, right? So it has nothing to do with a person. I don't mean death in that sense, but an event. And there can be some conflict with this. Now, the number 4 is it can be a very stagnant energy. And so it's very possible that it's difficult for you to release or let go of something. And that in itself could be the conflict, right? As you can see, she's holding on, trying not to let the wind sweep her away or roll the boat, right? But 4 is that kind of holding on to something, not wanting it to move forward. If you think of a cube doesn't roll. You have to be pushed along if you want it to move. So there could be some conflict. And it does feel like there can be something that you're trying to hold on to, or to stabilize, because 4 is foundation as well. So trying to stabilize a situation. The conflict may be with you, it may be with somebody around you, but it seems to be that you're involved somehow. And it is, again, an event. Now, your focus for the next 2 weeks is the 5 of Wands. So this could even be a recreational activity, a hobby, but it doesn't have to be. These are people who are trying to build something together. They're trying to make a pentacle, right? They're trying to create something out of something else, right? But everybody has their own idea of how they want to do it. And so it can get sort of lively debates. It can be arguments. But like I said, everybody's working towards the same goal. They just have a different way of going about it. A 5 is a conflicting number. 5 is changeable. It's the roller coaster ride. 5 is change. And that's what I mean. Like something we're trying to stabilize here, but it's changing. And that could create a little internal conflict or external, because these are probably people around you, like I said, that we could be having some debates with. Whether that's just lively or argumentative, there's conflict there also with this card. Everybody has an opinion, and everybody's putting it out there. But again, they do have that common goal. All right, I'm going to lay out all the cards. The first column is where you find yourself at the time of the full moon, and because full moons close out cycles, it can also be something that's being closed out for you at this time. Okay, and the center column is you and how you're dealing with the whole situation, what you're thinking about it, how you're feeling about it, what you're acting on, that kind of energy. And the last column is the probable outcome. Probable because some things you can change, some things we are meant to experience, but always to further our growth. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Well, there's definitely some turmoil here. The Ace of Cups is a new beginning. It's an emotional beginning. And when there's water involved, and we see it in both of these situations, when there's water involved, there's emotion. Now, this is releasing something. Now, could be releasing bad habits, because this is codependencies. And again, that can be relationship-wise, it could be with people. It's also temptation. So there can be some temptation in love for somebody. And maybe we're trying to release that. But when I see the Five of Wands here, I think it can be some difficulties that we're coming up against at this time. Things that kind of don't go right when they should. There is a need to release old emotional baggage. This can be inspiration. And in order to receive inspiration, you have to let go of some old stuff, right? But it's also the beginning of an emotional cycle for you. Now, emotions run the gamut, right? There's happiness, there's sadness, there's distress, there's whatever. There's just emotions are that. Um, there's a whole gamut of emotions. But something divine is trying to come in. Some inspiration is trying to come in. And maybe part of that inspiration for some of you is to release old things. But it can also be somebody who is giving you a hard time. And like I said, these are people who speak their mind. There's lively debates. There's conflict. It is an event, so it can be, let's say, you're getting married, right? And at this very emotional time, some people kick up, maybe the mother-in-law or something like that. I'm just giving you for instances, right? I'm not predicting anything here. I just want to give you the flavor so you can apply it to your own situation. It's impossible to predict something for a huge group of people. So I'm not even going to try. Otherwise, a small group can relate to what you're saying. And I think the wisdom of the tarot is that it's broad enough that it can be used for your particular situation. The Three of Wands here. Okay, these are allies. That's interesting. And people can kind of come to the rescue, or you come to the rescue. I do feel that we can be inspired to move past our difficulties here. And there are, like I said, there are people with that Three of Wands who can really help. And the Three of Wands, three is creativity, so it can also be like creative options, it can be like workshops that we take, people who can give us good advice, self-help books with the Devil card. How can I remove myself from ego-driven situations? How can I rise above a situation? And that's the Three of Wands. These are people and situations and places that help us. A lot of the times this card means that we're sending out our idea to see how it is received and waiting for feedback. But in this case, for me, it really does feel like allies in the midst of conflict, in the midst of change. But there are inspired ideas. There's inspiration here. And I like that. That can come from outside sources through some difficulty that we're dealing with. Now, we're trying to hold on to something with the Devil, right? Remember, that's codependencies. We're trying to hold on to something. And if you notice, the chains are very loose on the people. So it's up to them to just remove it. But that's the thing. That's a codependency, right? We know that the Devil shows us what needs to let go. Within this conflict, right? The Devil shows us, because there's conflict, there's something to release, something to let go of. And again, we're releasing old emotional baggage here, allowing room for something better to come in. And that could come in through allies or, again, people, situations, workshops, books. It's something that gives us a leg up over the competition, over the people who are trying to create conflict in the situation. I like this. I do. Feels good. Feels like there's going to be some liberation here. Okay. You and how you're dealing with the whole situation, you have the Ten of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. Ten of Swords is, I'm done. I'm so over it. I'm done with the situations. The end of difficult mental situations. Could have caused some damage. It could have caused some heartache, some backache, some pain in the neck, some physical pain, certainly some mental anguish. But it's the end of a situation, the beginning of something new. And you can see that here with this new beginning, with this new emotional beginning. Your perspective is very important. Is this a new day dawning? Is this dusk? And is the end of that difficult day? Or, like I said, it's a new day dawning, a new opportunity. 10 is the end of a cycle, while simultaneously beginning something new. And with the Seven of Pentacles, we're considering here. We're reevaluating. We're reflecting on the situation and reconsidering how we want to go forward in this new attempt, in this new beginning with that Ten of Swords. We're looking for peace here. We're looking for mental peace. It's kind of like we surrender, we give up from the conflict of this, right? And in doing so, we can relax a little bit and look towards, okay, so with that Seven of Pentacles, it's kind of like, this is what I've grown up until now. This is what my my hard work has brought me, right? Or this particular cycle has brought me. Do I like it? Do I want to change it? If I wanted to change it, how would I change it? What would I plant instead of corn? The corn harvest didn't work out this year, so next year, should I plant something better? Or I'll plant sunflowers, or, what am I going to change? What am I going to tweak? But both of these cards are talking about your perspective and how you wait for your fruits to ripen, or how you wait for your harvest to come in, how you wait for this information that's coming back to you, the feedback that you're receiving. And you do it with strength and courage and a balance in your ego. It's an internal card. This is a major arcana, so it's very internal, but it is courage. And the word faith comes out, faith in yourself, faith in your abilities, taming the beast within, taming the codependencies, the things that are not good for us, the things that have gone too far, right? The things that are destructive, that's the devil. The devil is destructive. And everything in moderation. And so Temperance card is 8. It's a lot of power, it's a lot of energy, but it's courage, it's stamina. It's like, I'm going to keep going. Okay, so I've given up some things. I've let go of some things. Maybe I've let go of the fight, the struggle. And now I have to reconsider, how will I go further? What will I change? What can make this better? What courage do I need to summon up to continue on in this path? What do I need to tweak, right? Taming the beast within, the devil. So you have 1, 2, 3 major arcana cards so far. A lot of things can be going on an internal level. This feels very external to me, but you're dealing with it on an internal level, right? There are a lot of people and situations that are trying to knock you down from your from the situation, or not even, just like I said, the lively debates, the arguments, the I do it my way or the highway kind of energy. But you're summoning up the courage to release what is these codependencies, whatever is destructive, whatever is not working, whatever is not good, and replacing it with something better. And that's going to take a judgment. This is rebirth. This is good. But we're doing it first on a mental level, through planning. This is a repose. This is reflective. But it's also plotting and planning. It's a plan that you put down on paper, that you create graphs for, that you lay out the plan before you take action. And when the time is right, then you pick up that sword and you begin again. But there is this rebirth. There's epiphanies with this judgment card. There's coming to conclusions, right? The Ten of Swords is the end of a situation while simultaneously beginning something new. Conclusions, epiphanies, a rebirth. finally getting it, finally understanding. The penny drops, the quarter drops. In Holland, we say the kwartje valt. It's the quarter drops, right? We finally get it. We finally understand it. And then things take off. Something comes in. The Knight of Swords is the knight in shining armor that comes in to save the day. This does not have to be a person. You can just be ideas. It can just be actions that you take. But something comes in quickly, right? To bring this sort of regeneration, rebirth. And that's reiterated here with that Ten of Swords, the end of a difficult mental situation while simultaneously beginning something new. So something comes in quickly. It can leave just as quick, but you can see the direction of the night, and it's coming in to save the day. It could even just be your judgment. It could just be a way of thinking, right? The like I said, the Judgment card is this sort of epiphany. I finally understand why it all happened, or why I had this experience, why I needed to have this experience. And now I can move forward, even if it's just in the planning stages. You may be pretty tired after this with that Four of Swords, even though this is quite an active card. And again, like I said, once this epiphany comes, once this idea of, okay, I get it, I understand, then this is you taking up that sword that lays beside you and taking action. That's nice. It's really nice. But it can be an idea, it can be a thought, it can be a person, it can be a situation that comes in to give you the impetus to pick up that sword and be like, okay, now I'm ready to take action. Now I'm ready. Honesty. What does Spirit want you to know? Honesty will ultimately be rewarded. Judgment, right? I get it. The truth shall set you free. I get the truth. I understand the truth. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with others, right? The devil would definitely be lies. It's destructive. It's not being true to yourself or believing something that isn't true. It's not being honest to yourself, right? Even though the devil is showing you his hand, he's showing you what it is that needs to be released. The people in the cards are negating it. They're just hanging out there. They're allowing it to happen. So this is honesty. Well, interesting. Okay, I hope this has been helpful. I'll return in 2 weeks with a new moon reading. Until then, take good care. Be honest with yourself. I do see big changes coming for you, and it looks like there's a positive end in sight here. Okay, talk to you in 2 weeks. Take good care, and thanks for listening. Bye for now.